wandering the jungle and battling the elements. And to really understand how harsh that would have been, we asked someone else who has a lot of experience.
Imagine being lost in one of the most dangerous places on earth, surrounded by endless trees, heavy rain, wild animals, and complete isolation. This is exactly what happened during the event now known as the Miracle in the Amazonian. The Amazon rainforest is the largest tropical rainforest in the whole world. It stretches across several South American countries, such as Peru, Colombia, and Brazil, covering more than 5.5 million square kilometers. The rainforest is known for its incredible biodiversity, but it is also one of the most dangerous environments on Earth. The jungle is filled with venomous snakes, poisonous insects, powerful rivers, and thick vegetation that makes survival extremely difficult without experience or preparation. On May 1st, 2023, what seemed like a normal flight suddenly became a tragedy. A small Cessna 206 airplane departed from Araraquara, Colombia, heading toward San Jose del Guaviare. On board were 4 indigenous Utioto children: 13-year-old Leslie, 9-year-old Soleini, 4-year-old Tien, and Christine, an 11-month-old baby. The children were traveling with their mother, Magdalena Mukutui, along with the pilot and another adult passenger. Shortly after the takeoff, the pilot reported serious engine problems and sent a Mayday emergency call. As the aircraft began losing power above the dense Amazon rainforest, the situation quickly became critical. Within moments, the plane crashed violently into the jungle. The impact killed 3 adults, including the pilot and the children's mother. Miraculously, however, the 4 siblings survived the crash. For the first days, the children remained near the wreckage of the plane. They searched for anything useful, including small supplies, food, clothing, and water nearby. According to reports, their mother survived for a short time after the crash and told the children to leave the wreckage and try to survive, before she later died from her injuries. After leaving the crash site, the siblings disappeared deeper into the rainforest, led by Leslie, the oldest sister. The children searched for water, food, and safe places to rest while moving through the jungle completely alone. Despite being injured herself, Leslie continued guiding and protecting her younger siblings while carrying the baby through the difficult terrain. As days passed, rescue teams began searching the rainforest, but the Amazon made the mission extremely difficult. Thick vegetation, constant rain, and enormous size of the jungle complicated every part of the search. Meanwhile, the children continued moving farther into one of the most dangerous environments in the world.
As the children moved farther away from the crash site, surviving in the Amazon became more difficult every day. Completely alone in the rainforest, the siblings had to face hunger, exhaustion, dangerous weather, and one of the most hostile environments on Earth. The Amazon rainforest is extremely dense and difficult to cross. In many years, the trees are so thick that very little sunlight reaches the ground. Because of this, visibility was limited, making it difficult to know where they were going or what dangers surrounded them. The ground was often muddy and slippery because of the constant rain, forcing the children to walk for long periods under exhausting conditions. During the night, the jungle became even more frightening. Every sound in the darkness could represent danger, and without protection or proper shelter, the children were constantly exposed to the environment around them. Another major challenge was the lack of food and clean water. After leaving the airplane wreckage, the children had very few supplies available. Hunger became more serious as the days passed, especially because the youngest survivor was only 11 months old. In order to survive, the siblings depended almost completely on the rainforest. One of the most important survival strategies they used was their indigenous knowledge, because the children belonged to the Huitoto community. They already knew how to recognize certain fruits and seeds that were safe to eat. According to reports, they survived by eating native fruits such as copoazu and seeds from palm trees. This knowledge helped prevent starvation and allowed them to continue moving through the jungle. The children also stayed close to rivers and small streams whenever possible. This was another important survival strategy because it helped them find drinking water and avoid severe dehydration in the intense heat and humidity of the rainforest. In addition, the siblings built temporary shelters using leaves and branches to protect themselves from rain and insects during the night. Search teams later found evidence of these small shelters deep in the jungle. Even though they were simple, the shelters helped the children rest and remain protected from the constant exposure to storms. Perhaps the most important survival strategy was staying together. Throughout the entire ordeal, the siblings never separated. Leslie, the older sister, guided and protected the younger children while helping care for the baby. Even though she was injured, she continued leading her siblings through the rainforest. By supporting one another emotionally and physically, the children managed to survive nearly 40 days alone in the Amazon.
Soon after the plane crash was discovered, the Colombian government launched a massive rescue mission called Operation Hope. More than 300 people joined the search, including soldiers, pilots, indigenous trackers, firefighters, and rescue dogs. Helicopters flew above the rainforest every day, while teams on the ground crossed rivers, mud, and dense vegetation searching for any signs of the children. These things gave rescue hope because they proved that children were still alive and moving through the rainforest. One of the most emotional moments of the rescue operation came from the helicopter flying above the jungle. Through speakers, rescue played recorded messages from children's grandmother in their native language. In the recording, she told the children to stay together, stay calm, and wait for help. Then, after nearly 40 days lost in the Amazon rainforest, everything changed. On June 9, 2023, rescuers finally found the four siblings alive deep inside the jungle near the border between Caqueta and Guaviare, Colombia. The children were weak, exhausted, dehydrated, and severely malnourished, but they had survived. Very quickly, the story became international news. Survival experts explained that even trained adults often struggle to survive in the Amazon rainforest for a long period of time. Because of this, many people describe the rescue as a miracle. However, indigenous leaders explained that children's survival was also connected to their traditional knowledge of the rainforest. Their ability to recognize edible fruits, find water, build shelters, and remain together played a major role in keeping them alive. In the end, the miracle in the Amazon became more than just a rescue story. It became a story about courage, survival, family, and hope against all odds. The four siblings survived of the most dangerous environment on Earth, leaving behind a story that continues to inspire people around the world.